Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Thinking Tuesday. This is a special time of the week, as you know, where we put aside a few minutes of your time to reflect on our thinking. I bring you messages that hopefully are motivating and inspiring for you to do some reflection, especially in the way you think, to examine your thinking, to see where it's taking you, where has it brought you from, and where is it leading you? Is it working in favor or against you? Those are some questions that we need to ask ourselves on Thinking Tuesday. Is it allowing you to think abundantly instead of in scarcity? Because the way we think is the way we behave. So are you thinking abundantly or are you thinking in scarcity? Your thinking is the one thing that you and only you have control of. Others might try to convince you to think differently. It might be positively or negatively, but only you have the final decision of which thoughts you're going to adopt. So make sure that you adopt those thoughts that are self-affirming and growth producing and confidence building. That's what you can control. So that's why our motto for Thinking Tuesday, and I'll always repeat it. Some of you probably know it by heart already because some of you have repeated it to me. So our motto for Thinking Tuesday is your mind is a garden and your thoughts are the seeds. And you, only you, can decide to grow flowers or decide to grow weeds. I just improvised a little bit. You are the cultivator. You are the cultivator of your mind's garden. Get rid of those weeds, which are those negative thoughts that keep you from living a more fulfilled life. Because we are going to move in the direction of our thinking. So if we think negatively, our results generally will be negative. So take control of what you think, how you think, and examine why you're thinking what you're thinking. A lot of thinking, right? So we want to encourage you to cultivate those beautiful flowers, which are the positive thoughts that help you to overcome those daily challenges that we all face. We have to be ready. We have to be ready because we know that we are going to be challenged every day. Sometimes the challenges are big, sometimes they're small, but our thinking is going to help us determine how to move, which decisions to make. So develop that positive mindset, that can-do attitude. Those are the beautiful flowers. Those are the positive thoughts that will help you to move forward in a positive way. Adopt a can-do attitude. So now, if some of you have been following me on social media, you will see that during this month of March, well, while we're celebrating Women's History Month, I have been posting some quotable quotes by women. I've enjoyed doing these. I've really enjoyed doing these because it shows us the kind of positive thinking that women have cultivated to motivate themselves and to motivate others. So I've enjoyed posting these. So today I want to continue to do that and honor a real legend of a woman during Women's History Month. And that person is Maya Angelou, who is no longer with us physically, but her spirit lives among us. It lives among us to encourage us and to help us to persevere despite the odds. So many of you know about Maya Angelou, and I'll start with a very, very impactful quote by her. in keeping with sharing quotable quotes by women during Women's History Month. She says, I not only have the right to stand up for myself, but I have the responsibility. I can't ask someone else to stand up for me if I don't stand up for myself. And once you stand up for yourself, you'd be surprised that people say, can I be of help to you? Okay, so unfortunately, many women, many of us have been socialized to adopt a superwoman lifestyle, which is not a good thing. It might feel good for a moment, but it's really not a good thing. Nothing can be done without us, some of us feel. Okay, if we can't do it, it can't be done. Or we always have to supervise and have the last word. We tend to feel responsible to care for everyone else, and often, unfortunately, lose ourselves in the process. We tend to take better care of others than of ourselves. Sometimes we don't have the energy. We're so depleted after taking care of everyone else that we have no energy for self-care, and that's a tragedy. We have to try to move away from that, because the consequences can be very devastating. But when we take care of ourselves, when we find time to take care of ourselves, to develop ourselves, and to stand up for ourselves, which we all must do, we find that there are others who are willing to help. So if we ask, many times we do get the help. And that's what Maya Angelou is trying to say to us in that quote. So we don't have to do it alone. We don't have to go it alone. Even when we work and live independently, we don't have to go it alone. This life is a social life. We're social beings. We don't have to be an island, because in the end it costs us. So a strong and confident woman is one who is secure in herself. It doesn't mean that she doesn't have some weaknesses, because we all do. But she's a strong woman who is confident, and she's not afraid. She's not afraid to delegate or to ask for help. She does not consider it a weakness or a judgment against her if she delegates or asks for help. She's that confident in herself. She knows that she can do it. She's secure in herself. She knows she's capable, but she's not afraid. Nor does she consider it a weakness if she asks or delegates. Right? A strong and self-assured and confident woman is also one who does not allow her past or her current circumstances to dictate or to limit or to define who she is and what her future will be. It's really all about mindset, and that's why I spend so much time on Thinking Tuesday talking about mindset. It all has to do with mindset. So let me share a snippet, just a snippet of Maya Angelou's life, which some of you may already be familiar with, but I think it's worth sharing again, all right? Poet, dancer, activist, and scholar. She was a poet, an activist, a dancer, and a scholar. Maya Angelou was a world-famous author, best known for her biographical style of writing. We've read a lot of her biographical materials. As a Black woman from a poor family born in the late 1920s, Maya began her journey through life with all decks stacked against her. Her parents had a tumultuous marriage, and it ended in divorce, causing her to bounce around between states and households throughout her childhood. At the age of 7, she returned to her mother's care and was raped, unfortunately, by her mother's boyfriend. Very, very tragic. Something that no child, no woman should have to endure. He, fortunately, was jailed, and when he was released from prison, he was killed. Don't know the circumstances of that, but he was killed upon his release from prison. So, following the incident, Maya stopped speaking and she remained mute for 6 years. She says, as an adult, she explained her silence. She said her 7.5-year-old logic, her thinking, deduced that my voice had killed him. So I stopped speaking. She buttoned her lips. She also wrote, I decided that my voice was so powerful that it could kill people. And that's why she was selectively mute. Many times when we experience a trauma, we respond to it in ways to protect ourselves or to protect others. So she selectively, she didn't think that, okay, I'm not going to speak, but that's the way it processed because she felt that her voice could kill people. So she stopped speaking. But take note of this. Don't let this piece be lost on you. Take note that even though it was a negative thought, because Maya already was aware of her thoughts and that her words have power, however, she did not interpret it correctly. But in saying that, she had some awareness that her voice and her thoughts had power, but she used it in the wrong way. But it worked out well for her because during that time, she did some work that we are the beneficiaries of. So remember also that your thoughts and your words also have power. So don't be afraid to speak up. Understand them and use them wisely. That's how you should think about your thoughts and your words. So let me continue telling you a little bit more about Maya's life. So throughout these years of silence, Maya wrote essays and poems and journal entries. She even began to memorize works of people such as Shakespeare and Edgar Allan Poe. And during this time, she returned, well, not she returned, but she went to live with her grandmother in Arkansas. So she left her mother's home. She went to live with her grandmother in Arkansas. Then prior to World War II, she moved back with her mother in Oakland, California. Okay, so you see she was moving back and forth, had a very unstable childhood, unfortunately. When the war began, she applied to join the Women's Army Corps. She applied, but her application was rejected. At that time, she was only 15 years old. But she was determined. She was determined to gain employment. So she applied for a position as a streetcar conductor. Now, who was doing that at that time, especially a woman, right? But most of the men had left their jobs to join the war efforts, so women were able to fill them. But Maya was barred again from applying because of her race. And every day for the next 3 weeks, Maya tried to request a job application, and every single day that she applied, she was denied. Finally, the company relented. She wrote on her application that she was 19 years old. So you see how astute she was and how determined she was. And she was accepted for the position and became the first African American woman to work as a streetcar conductor in San Francisco. So finally, because of her persistence and her astute thinking, again, she was able to get a job. So she lived, as many of you know, a very fascinating, inspiration, but unfortunately many times heartbreaking life that is really, really worth reading about. I really encourage you to read some of her autobiographical work. So I've shared just a snippet of Maya Angelou's life. I've shared her quote, one of her quotes. So what's your takeaway from Maya's story? What's your takeaway? I'll share 6 things that are takeaways for me, and you might find more. You might also agree with these 6, but there are also more, so keep thinking. But number 1, she was determined, as you saw. She kept going back. She didn't let rejection stop her. She was not defined or limited by her circumstances or tragic circumstances. She did not allow that to define her. She did not roll up into a ball and felt sorry for herself. Yes, I'm sure she cried. She felt sorry about what happened. It was traumatic, but she did not let that control her. Again, her thinking. She believed that there was more to life than what she had. And if you don't have that vision, then you become stagnant and you become a victim of your circumstances. But she did not allow her circumstances to limit her, and she believed that she had more to gain in life. She also persevered despite the challenges, as you saw. She had a positive mindset. She was growing flowers. She was getting rid of those weeds because she knew that those weeds would choke out those beautiful flowers, those positive thoughts that she used to drive her forward. She was an active and a creative thinker. You saw how she put that she was 19 years when she realized that putting her, real age was not helpful, and the fact that she couldn't hide the color of her skin, she began to think creatively. And as a result, over the course of her life, she designed a future the way she wanted to live. So she took control of what her life was going to be like. And a lot of it was done mainly by the way she thought. So my question to you, I have a few questions to prompt you to reflect and to spend some time thinking about your situation, whatever that situation might be. Spend some time thinking through these. Number one is, what circumstances do you find yourself now or in the past that are holding you back? Any situations now or in your past that are holding you back from living a more fulfilled life? Just think about that for a minute. Number two, what negative thoughts are you harboring about yourself that you need to release and see yourself as worthy, deserving, and with limitless potential? What thoughts are holding you back that you need to release and see yourself as worthy, deserving, and with limitless potential? And number three, what risks are you willing to take to change something in your life? You know what that something is, that is blocking you from advancement at work, perhaps, or in your personal relationships, or in any area in which you might feel stuck. What risks are you willing to take to change the course of your life? Think about that. So I hope these small pieces of Maya Angelou's biography have sparked something within you, something inside you that you can carry on to develop a strong, positive energy today and beyond. What have you heard in her biography that resonates with you? Even though the circumstances might be completely different, but what types of things resonated with you that you can identify with? And what has she done? What did you learn from those snippets of her biography that inspires you to carry on some of her strong, positive energy today and beyond? I believe in you. I really believe in you, even though I don't know you personally, but I know that you, as I am, we are all fully equipped, fully resourced to live the life we dream of. It all begins with our thinking, how we think, how we allow our thoughts to drive us, either forward or hold us hostage, so to speak. So I want to leave you with another impactful quote by Maya Angelou, and I really, really love this one. She said, "We delight in the beauty of a butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty." Some of you might not ever see a butterfly from its inception, but it's in a cocoon. Cocoon doesn't look too pretty. I've seen some myself, but we've seen butterflies, and they are beautiful. They're independent. They fly wherever. They just are beautiful, but they didn't start out that way. So Maya says, we delight in the beauty of those butterflies, but we rarely admit the changes that that butterfly had to go through to achieve that beauty. And I'm saying to you today, women, as you listen to this, as we celebrate Women's History Month, that be that butterfly. Be that butterfly. You are beautiful and capable, my sisters. You are that butterfly. See yourself as that butterfly. You don't have to be defined by the cocoon that you started in. And even though this is Women's History Month, and I'm speaking specifically to women, brothers, if you're listening, or any of you women who are listening, you can convey this to the men in your life also. Although this message is in honor of Women's History Month, men, brothers, you can also benefit from this message. This just happens to be Maya Angelou's story and what we've culled from that, but you can benefit from this message as well. You might even find that some of her past resonates with you. Some of the challenges she faced resonates with you. So I hope this message has added value to you. I really hope it has. And if it has, please share it with someone who you feel could also benefit from it, because as I always say, when you find something of value, you want to share it. It also will be uploaded to my YouTube channel so that you can go there to read it again. And all of my previous Thinking Tuesday messages, you can find them on my YouTube channel, which is Thinking Tuesday, Cheryl Burton. And also feel free to reach out to me on my website, drcherylburton.com, for a complimentary consultation for any issues that you may need guidance with. It could be issues such as what we discussed today or any other issues. And while there, please review some of the other programs and services that I offer. My programs and services are also customized to the needs of my clients. So if you don't see something there that you need, don't let that stop you. Persevere like Maya Angelou did, and reach out to me through my website, drcherylburton.com, to let me know the areas in which you might need some guidance, and I'll be glad to offer you a complimentary consultation. You may also book me to speak for your events through my website. And as usual, it's been a pleasure. It's really, really been a pleasure for me to share with you today. I look forward to meeting you next Tuesday. At what time? At noon. At noon for another message on Thinking Tuesday. Please take care of yourself. And women, as I mentioned, please do not forget that you don't have to go alone. You don't have to go this alone. You don't have to perpetuate superwoman lifestyle, because we get burned out, we get depleted, and it's unhealthy, very unhealthy. So I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at noon for another message on Thinking Tuesday. Take care, and bye for now.